Hi there, Dean here from the DappIncubator admin team again. In this video, I'm going to explain to you, or I'm going to give you an overview of how the DappIncubator smart contract really works. There's been a little bit of speculation and a little bit of misunderstanding out there, and I want to dispel all of that right now. So, basically, the DappIncubator smart contract is nothing revolutionary new, except for one feature. But before we get to that feature, let me explain what the original contract was. It is based on what used to be called the Hourglass smart contract, which was a very successful smart contract. It is still out there, although for some reason people are not using it at the moment. Now, the smart contract basically works like this. An investor comes in with either Ethereum or one of the ERC20 tokens that we have set to accept, or set the smart contract to accept, which in this case, for starters, we started with Ethereum, Uniswap, and REN. So the investor will come with his Ethereum. I'm going to use Ethereum as an example in this case. Brings his Ethereum, buys the contract token, which, by the way, only exists within the contract. It is not a dedicated token that exists on exchanges or anything like that. It is simply a token that exists only within our contract. It does not move outside of the contract. So if the investor brings in Ethereum, for argument's sake, they will purchase the DETH token. If they bring in REN, they will be purchasing the DREN token. Now, all of these different ERC20 tokens that we will be activating, in theory, activate a separate smart contract within the main smart contract. So as many tokens as we have activated, that is how many smart contracts actually run within this one main smart contract. So if for instance, you have purchased with Ethereum and I have purchased with REN, we each hold different tokens, and the DETH token price or any market fluctuations are not affected at all by the DREN token, which I have. So they are two totally separate investments that do not affect each other at all. Now that we've got that out of the way, so you will come in, you will buy the D token. In this case, if you're spending Ethereum, you're going to get the DETH token. You will receive the DETH token, but there will be a service fee of 10%. Now, let's, for argument's sake, that there are two other users who also own DETH tokens already. It just so happens that each of them owns exactly 50% of the market supply out there before you came along to buy your DETH tokens. The service fee, which is 10% of the total transaction value, in this case, if the investor invested one full Ethereum, exactly one full Ethereum, the service fee will be 0.1 Ethereum. That 0.1 Ethereum now gets divided proportionally amongst all D token holders, and in this case there are only two in this example, and they each hold exactly 50%, so that 0.1 Ethereum will be divided up absolutely equally between the two, because they hold equal amounts of the market supply of the DETH token. And that is basically how dividends are earned on every transaction. Now, when somebody comes in after me and purchases the same DETH token, they are not going to get the DETH token at the exact same price that I did. Within the smart contract, this is where the smart contract, basically, in my opinion, has the only difference to any exchange, where basically the price of a commodity is determined by what other people are prepared to pay for it. In the smart contract, the price of the D tokens are determined by the contract itself. How that works is, if you know anything about the code, you will read through the code and you will find a term called the increment value. Now, the increment value is used to either increase the price or decrease the price depending on what the transaction is. If it's a buy transaction, the price of the D token will increase by the increment value. If it's a sell transaction, the price of the D token will then decrease by the same increment value. The increment value never changes. It only gets applied either up or down on the existing token price. So person number 2 comes in and buys with 1 Ethereum again. Now, because I bought before him, the price now has gone up by the increment value. So person number 2 comes in, invests exactly 1 Ethereum. He will get slightly less DETH tokens than I got, because the price is now slightly higher. Therefore, when his transaction goes through, because the DETH tokens value or price has now gone up, the value of the tokens that I hold have gone up by the same, call it percentage, or the same increment value. His tokens remain the same. At the same time, the service fee of 0.1 Ethereum that was charged to him now gets divided up between the existing 2 that were before me and myself in the proportions of the D tokens that are in circulation within the contract. That is basically, in a nutshell, how the smart contract was programmed to work, and nothing can change that. The price goes up with a buy order and down with a sell order. You can speculate with DETH tokens within the smart contract in exactly the same way that you would speculate on an exchange with the price of any token or coin, and in the same way you can speculate on any exchange where you would buy and sell shares in a company. Except the only difference, as I said, is in this case the smart contract determines the price of the token. And that is, in a nutshell, how it works. There have been references to gambling. If this is gambling, then so is investing in any exchange, whether it be in crypto or normal exchanges where you're buying shares of companies or gold or silver or what have you. There is no difference, really. In future videos, I'm going to explain every single feature that you will see in this contract, and I'm going to explain exactly how they work and how to use them. So look forward to that, and keep tuned. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and also share these videos on as many platforms as you can.